Hello everybody, Sergeant Soldier here, and we're back with another My Altis Life, and today we're going to be making money with everybody's favorite pastime, fishing. Now, in order to go fishing, you need to be one in two places. Either A, Pyrgos, which is where I'm at right now, or you can go all the way over here to Kavala. Now, the reason you need to be in these places and none of the other fishing docks, which is right over here, there's a boat spawn here, there's a boat spawn over here by the river outpost. There's a bunch of other boat spawns. The reason you want to be near these two cities is because of, and we'll go actually to Pyrgos, where I'm standing right now, the fish market. You need to sell your fish, right? Where are you going to sell them? At the market. So, the first thing you want to do once you decide your city, let's just say Pyrgos, because that's where I'm at, you need to go to this fish market, and you need to see what the fish are selling for. Now, let's see. A cat shark meat, 133, you'll probably get a little bit over half of that, so give or take, let's just say 70. We'll round down, 70. Our tuna meat, 255, so let's just say we'll get 175 for that. Now these bottom four here, they'll make decent money. Mackerel, maybe not. The ornate and the Salima meat, you'll probably get about $20, $21 per pound of that meat. Well, I guess gram. I don't know. Per one inventory space of that meat. Now, is it really worth it to do that, to harvest those two meats? That's completely up to you. A lot of people I know, they'll only catch the bottom three, the tuna, the cat shark, and the mullet, because they bring in more money. If you want to catch it all, that's perfectly fine. It's just the way that you want to do it. So now we know tuna's our big one, followed by cat shark, then mullet, then mackerel. So me personally, I'm just going to catch it all, just to show you guys, faster as the boat fills up. Speaking of which, next thing to do is we need to get a boat. So over here, which is at Pyrgos, we have the boat shop. In order to get a boat, you need a boating license. See? Boating license. This makes it so much easier to actually go out and fish because you now have somewhere to put the fish in your boat. Now me, I've already bought a boat, but we're going to run over there and we're going to look at the different boats that are available just to give you an idea of what you want to pick. Which is going to take us a second to get there. Now, I went fishing last night with my new friend Henry, and we actually made some pretty good money. And I think because of this reason, the amount of time it took us, the ease of doing it, the little danger, and the amount of money that we got, I would say fishing is probably in my top 3 right now for favorite ways to make money. And in terms of being actually alone making the money, I would say fishing's probably my number 1. All the other methods, they're easy, you can do it, but there's a really high chance of you getting shot. Alright, so I actually didn't buy my boat from Pyrgos. I bought my boat in Kavala. Where you at, guy? Boat shop. Maybe you're across the road. Let's go look over here. You're not here. Are you here? No. Oh. Is that it? Boat shop. There we go. Okay. So now you know it's very hard to find the boat shop in Pyrgos. So first you have the rescue boat, which this says it has 0 passenger seats. Supposedly it does, but I'm just going to go off with the vehicle information here. 0 passenger seats, a trunk capacity of 60, and a fuel capacity of 10. Now it is pretty cheap, and they're unlimited, so you don't have to worry about the price going up. The water scooter, same thing, unlimited, $15.30, a little more expensive. It will hold 2 passengers, and it has a trunk capacity of 70, with only 100 fuel. You'll hold a little bit more meat with this as opposed to the rescue boat, but not a whole lot. It's only a capacity difference of 10. The motorboat is currently what I'm using. It's 3,000, they're unlimited, so it's not going to worry about the price. They hold 2 passengers and have a trunk capacity of 200. Now that's quite a difference. 70 and 200, that's a lot of fish, and it will make you a big difference in terms of money. Then you got the rescue boat, which is pretty much the same as the motorboat, just rescue. I don't know about the coloring on it. I know the motorboat is white with little bits of yellow and green, I think. The RHIB is a little bit more expensive, about 1,500 more expensive. In terms of speed, it's a little bit faster, 95 as opposed to 80 for the motorboat. A lot less horsepower. No passengers apparently. And everything else except for armor is the same. 200 trunk, 100 fuel. Now the rest here, these submarines, I don't know anything about. I haven't bought any. Today we're going to be using the motorboat. Pretty simple. It gives us the most trunk capacity, and if you have a friend that wants to go with you, you have somewhere for them to sit. Plus, if nothing else fails, you have a really high horsepower, and the speed's okay. I mean, if you're getting chased down by any of these other boats, water scooter, it's the same. The RHIB, they'll be able to catch you. But most people for fishing, they're not going to buy this because it's so expensive. They're probably going to have the motorboat. So, whoop, 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 there we go. Now, when it comes to getting out and getting into the water, there are two different places you can do it. One, you can do it here, which is out there. So, we'll start here and we'll start our fishing on this side. You could also grab your boat over here by the fish market. There's a spot right here that allows you to get your boat out. This is for cops. It's a cop boat spawn. But I believe you'll be able to actually get your regular boat out. I don't know. I haven't tested it yet, so we'll find out in this video. Garage, motorboat, get vehicle. Now, oops. Now, one thing about this. If you look, paid $450 from your bank account using your debit card. It's $450 to get your boat out. It's a lot more expensive than a car. And there is the chance of dying out here. I have gotten into my boat only to have the boat move and then kill me in the passenger seat or the driver's seat. I've had friends try to get in the boat and they died. You gotta be very careful. I'm alive. Yes. Okay, now, in terms of driving the boat, it's not easy. It's really not. These things drive like a boat. And they're very, very loud. Now, when we tested it last night, we actually found that we had a better chance of catching the more expensive fish the further out in deep water we were. So that being said, I recommend not actually fishing near the shallow water by the coast and actually going a little bit further out. Now, let's see, let's go out here. A little bit easier to check your map to know how far out you are too. I think this is okay. We can make this work. So now we'll stop here. In the top left up there, it says motorboat engine kilometers per hour. You want to make sure that kilometers per hour is pretty much at 0. Otherwise, you're going to drift. Stop. There we go. All right, now, shut your engine off. And we're pretty far out here. We can still see what's going on in town. We can see if someone's coming up on a boat that's going to come try to rob us, because it does happen. Looks like no one's around here. There is a small little boat over there, I think. Maybe that's the sandbar. All in all, I think we're pretty good. So what we're going to do now is we're going to use our scroll wheel. We're going to drop our fishing net. And we're going to fish for a while. So I'm not going to fast forward this. I'm just going to cut this part out because it does take a little bit to not only fill your backpack, but fill the boat up. And as you can see, we're catching in, 3 kilograms, 0.2 kilograms, 0.02, 3.25 kilograms. We're getting all those different kinds of meat. And it'll take a bit to fill up your backpack. And then you have to actually jump out of the boat and press T on the boat to fill the trunk of the boat and then get back in. Now, if the boat moves, the boat can and will kill you. So you got to be very, very careful. 31 tuna meat. That's great. I like that. Oh, fishing net pulled up. So now we go back down, drop it again. So, yeah. When it comes time to jumping out of the boat, I'll pop back in for that portion. And then next time you see us after that, we're bringing the boat in. So, we'll be right back. Okay, so if we press I, our inventory is now full. Now, if you go back to the market and you saw that the mackerel, the tuna, the catfish, and the mullet were all fairly priced, you'll notice you have a lot more of the Salima and the ornate meat. So that's up to you to decide. Do I want to drop the low amount meats, the Salima and the ornate, even though I have more quantity of them? Do I want to drop them? Personally, I just keep it all and I sell it all. Otherwise, you're going to be spending more time out here trying to get these higher quality tunas and whatnot. And I think in the end, you're probably going to end up making the same amount of money anyway. So I think it's just easier to keep these two meats. Now we're going to hop out of our boat and be very, very careful. Press T. And now we're going to transfer everything to the boat. So like that, and that, and that, and that. So now we have 92 out of 200. This will hold another inventory full of fish and then a little bit extra. So now that's over with. We get back in. You can get in as the driver. I would prefer as the driver if you're by yourself because you don't want anyone coming up on you. Lock your boat, of course. Now we drop our fishing net again. We go back to it. And with that, be right back. Okay, so our boat and now our inventory is full. As you can see, 96 out of 96. If you didn't have the zip ties and whatnot, you may have been able to squeeze one more in there, but more than likely it would have been a Salima or an ornate anyway. So I think all in all, we're pretty good. Our boat is absolutely full. Now at this point, there's two options. Either A, you can park over here and make the run back and forth to the fish market, or B, you can park over here and make your run to the fish market, then to the ATM over here by the DMB, back to your boat, fish market, ATM. You can do either one of those. Preferably, I'm going to do it to where I go to the boat, go to the fish market, go back to the boat, just so I'm not running to the ATM back and forth, because I don't want to take the chance that my boat's going to despawn. So, I'm going to start our boat up now. We're going to set our marker over here, because we need to be inside of this area where the ladders are. And now we go. Easy. Easy. Now, the only real danger when it comes to fishing this close to the pier or even the town is there's a chance someone's going to shoot you because they can. And sometimes people are jerks in this game, and they'll shoot you just for the laughs. It sucks, but it can happen. So if you do want to go further out, feel free to do so if you're feeling paranoid. Me, personally, I'm alright. I took the chance, and no one shot me, so all's good. So now what we're going to do is we're going to slip into here, ever so carefully. Now, when it comes to parking your boat, you can do it any way you want. I'm a little bit more paranoid about parking my boat because I want to make sure that I can access the boat and flee with the boat if need be. So what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to come into the right here very, very carefully. I'm going to try to hook to the left at the last second. Slow down, slow down. Slow down, you jerk. All right, good. Looking good so far. Oh. Hit that. Okay. Alright. Move forward. Oh, I hit it again. It's not easy. It's not easy. Alright, so I think right here will be good. Yeah. Alright, so now we come to a stop. Stop. Alright, and you're just doing ADSW to move the boat, by the way. So we shut her off, get out, and we lock her up. So now we're going to go up the ladder. And we're going to run to the fish mart. Right there. So, is there a passage here? Nope. I'm climbing over. 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 Thank you. Alright. There we go. Now, before we get there, I'll open up my money so you can see I have no money on me. For the most part, no one really comes around this part of town, so it's pretty safe. Most people aren't going to rob you going to the fish mart. Oops. Alright, so money, I have nothing, right? So we're going to sell our first bunch of fish off. And we're going to make a decent amount. A couple $100 per grouping of fish. $700 for the tuna, not too bad. Alright, so now that first inventory load got us $17.97, so not too bad. But we still have at least 2 more to go. Oh, we got a car coming here. Sometimes it's the cops, sometimes it's not. You just gotta be careful. Here's the runaround over here on this side. Unless the guy that's going diving. Now, there's a boat. Now we can access our trunk from the top here, which is very useful. I'm gonna sell our good stuff first. Are we full? I think we're full. We're full. Alright. Make sure that's locked. Now, because we access the trunk and we lock the car, it resets the despawn timer on the boat. I said car. What's going on, man? I didn't have my thing set to communication. Oops. So now we're going to go back. We're going to sell some fish. Make a little bit more money. And that guy was into diving. He could rob me. He probably will. But it's not going to give him as much money as the diving he's probably going to be doing. So we should be okay. No, 3. Thank you. All right. Alright, so we sold our fish, and now our money for this trip is $5,868. Honestly, that's not bad. And I think it took us around 12 minutes or so to make that. So honestly, I think that given that time, it makes about double what your typical delivery mission's gonna make in around the same time. And personally, I feel it's a lot safer because there isn't a lot of people over here. And if you have a delivery mission in a busy town, you're going to take the chance of dying. So what we're going to do is we're going to come over here. We're going to check our boat in, because I don't want to leave it there for someone to steal it, even though it will despawn in 5 minutes. Store vehicle. All right, it's gone. Now let's see if we can get the vehicle back out. I'll waste the $400 just to see, just so you guys know. Boat garage, motorboat, get vehicle. Okay, so if you already own a boat, you don't have to go down to the boat spawn. You could stay over here by the fish market, pull your vehicle, your boat out, and put it back in as well. So, do we have a marker here? Nope. To the ATM now. Now, personally, I'm going to run. If you don't want to run in the town because you have more money or you have money on you don't want to lose, you're paranoid about it, you can go to the clinic instead. And I'll show you the map there as soon as I drop this money off because I'm paranoid. You can go to the clinic instead. And the clinic, pretty much always, as far as I know, has an ATM in it. So you'll be able to drop off there. And usually, because the clinic's by the bounty hunter, not a lot of problems are over there. Unless someone's looking for trouble, which that does happen sometimes. So we're going to deposit our almost 6,000. And yeah, not too bad. So like I said, we're going to go to the app now. If instead you want to go to the clinic, all you got to do is just take your boat, drive it around over here. Don't beach your boat on the sand here. Just kind of park it off in the water and swim out. Go to the clinic, deposit your money, swim back to your boat, and then just go back fishing again. Now, it's up to you if you want to do it like that. I'm only doing one fishing run, so it made more sense for me to deposit my boat into the store. Not the store, the garage. If you're going to do multiple runs, remember it's $450 every time you take your boat out. So it might make more sense for you to park by the clinic, drop off at the clinic with the ATM there, drop your money off, and then go back to your boat and then go out to fish again. So anyway, that's it for this video. We went fishing. We made some pretty good money by ourselves. It took us about 10 to 12 minutes. And in terms of solo making money, I think this is the most amount of money that you can make solo that's both relatively safe with a relatively good sized trunk space without the potential of getting killed and whatnot. I think really fishing is one of the best. Now, it's not the best if you have friends, and we're going to be covering those in other videos here in the future, including my favorite way to make money, which is how I got the near 40,000 that I had before I started this. It was like 36,000. I got that in one run in this other way to make money, and we'll be addressing that when the time comes. So anyway, Sergeant Solge, this was fishing with my Altis Life on the Asylum Altis Life server, and we'll see you in the next Altis Life video. No, my Altis Life video. Yeah, that's it. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for watching this episode. If you want to see more great content from Private Astro or myself, please hit that subscribe button and click on any of the videos above. Otherwise, we'll see you in the next Sergeant Solge or Private Astro video. Bye-bye.